Hey guys, sorry this video is coming out much later than I would like it to, and sorry it's not going to be edited at all, but this is the best I could do, so sorry. I wanted to tell you guys about my top 20 albums of 2019, so I'm going to be doing that quickly in this video. Obviously, this is my opinion. This isn't like what everybody should have as their top 20 albums or whatever. And obviously, if you want me to talk about some of these records in depth with you, hit me up in the comments. Hit me up, send me a DM, whatever you want to do. And we can talk about it because I love talking about music, but I just wanted to put this out just so I have this out so I can show it to people, and that would be cool. So, first I'm going to go through a bunch of honorable mentions. There was a lot of great albums that came out this year, and there's a bit of variety. I'll explain a couple of them maybe as I go along, as kind of my picks for different things, especially as I get into the list as well. So, honorable mentions. First of all, Tabby's Recorded in My Car EP. That is my EP of the year. Rhapsody's Eve. Slow Ties, Nothing Great About Britain. Vampire Weekend's Father of the Bride. Two Door Cinema Club's False Alarm. Michael Kiwanuka's Kiwanuka. That was a great find this year. The self-titled Free Nationals album. Lana Del Rey, her newest full-length record was really good. Andrew Huang with Alabaster. That is probably my favorite Andrew Huang album other than Lo-Fi, which I think is an amazing beat tape. 1st of October's Gourmet Ravioli, Hemlock Ernst, and Kenny Siegel's Back at the House. That was awesome to have this year. Just didn't come back to it as much as I would have liked, even though there are some amazing tracks on there. Pup with Morbid Stuff, Close Talkers, How Do We Stay Here, Billy Woods and Kenny Siegel with Hiding Places, Said the Whales, Cascadia, Marc Rebier's Europe, not really an album, but definitely worth checking out. Royal Canoe's Waver, definitely my local album of the year for here in Winnipeg. Jay Wood's Time. Jay Wood is a project also from here in Winnipeg that I was a part of for a little bit, and I'm actually on that record, so I would recommend checking that out. And also, as another record to add on to these honorable mentions list, we have Blue and Oh No with A Long, Red Hot Los Angeles Summer Night. And that is all the honorable mentions, I believe, yes. So, all right. These are my top 20. Take them as you would like. Obviously, these have been shuffled around quite a bit, so it could change very quickly, but as of right now, I definitely believe this to be an accurate top 20. So, all right, number 20, right... I'm going to leave that in because this is raw, baby. All right, let's go. Top 20 albums of 2019. Number 20, Rich Brian with The Sailor. Number 19, Carly Rae Jepsen with Dedicated. Number 18, Billie Eilish with When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? Actually, can't believe how much I actually like that record. Number 17, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard with Infest the Rat's Nest. 16, Flume with High. This is Flume, actually definitely my favorite Flume record of his entire discography. 15, Danny Brown with You Know What I'm Saying. 14, Freddie Gibbs and Madlib with Bandana. Fantastic record there. 13, Wise Blood with Titanic Rising. She had a great year with that record. Number 12, Matmos with Classic Anniversary. Definitely my electronic music album of the year. Number 11, James Blake with Assume Form. Number 10, Denzel Curry with Zoo. Did not expect that one to be that high, but he just puts out a bop after bop after bop on that one, and I just couldn't help but put it on here. Number 9, Anderson .Paak with Ventura. Again, another record that didn't expect it to be that high, but I just love nearly every track on it, and I think it's great. Something I kept coming back to this year. Number 8, Clipping with There Existed an Addiction to Blood. Some of the best rap music of the year, some of the most interesting and just heady rap music of the year, as well as being kind of a slightly horrorcore thing going on with that record. Number 7, JPEG Mafia with All My Heroes Are Cornballs. He put out a fantastic record this year. He seems to be on a creative streak, and he's hitting that creative streak right when he needs to be doing it, because he's, getting more popular than ever in the kind of abstract and experimental hip-hop realm where he often hangs out. So, number 6, Tyler, the Creator's Igor. I thought it was going to be higher, but I just had other records that I came back to and loved more this year. Still a fantastic record, but it's only coming in at number 6 on this list here, for my personal opinion. And now in the top 5, all these records are fantastic. All of these could have been number 1, honestly, but there could only be one number 1, so take this as like, oh, all 5 of these records are great. I just so happen to be leaning towards one as a number 1 right now. So, number 5, Little Simz with Gray Area. Fantastic record. Loving what she came through with on that record. Honestly, I had heard some of her past stuff, and I hadn't been that interested, so I'm just so happy that we got a fantastic record from her, and she's obviously stepped into a new creative realm. I keep coming back to the word realm, but she's obviously just discovered a new sound. She's discovered something that's, obviously inspired her to put a lot of effort not only into like the structure of these songs, which I love. I love the structures of a lot of the songs on that record. Obviously, some of them have pop song structures, but a lot of them actually have some pretty winding structures, some pretty linear song structures, and I'm actually really impressed with a lot of the stuff that she came through with. Also, the production on that record is stellar. Fantastic album. And then number 4, never thought it was going to be this high, but I kept coming back to it a lot this year, and it resonated a lot with me. I guess kind of my rock album of the year, but not really. It's more kind of a pop album and a hip-hop record too, but loved the crap out of it. Hobo Johnson, The Fall of Hobo Johnson. I can't believe it's so high, but production's fantastic. Love the song concepts. There's one track that I'm kind of on the fence with on this record, but for the most part, other than that, it's pretty fantastic. And it's definitely some of the best stuff this guy's put out. And again, I think it's just the production that really stole it for me, and the really solid songwriting on here, like really fantastic. Didn't have a lot of bad things to say about it, even though a lot of people seem to not like him. I think he's great, and I'm sure he has his flaws, but everybody has their flaws, and this record, pretty good. It's number 4. Must be pretty good. Number 3, had to put Quale Chris with Guns at number 3. Definitely my favorite Quale Chris album. Kept sticking with me throughout the year. It came out earlier in the year, kept coming back to it. Fantastic record that speaks on, gun violence and multiple issues that are somehow connected to that, but not necessarily about guns. And it is fantastically written. The production, Quale Chris is becoming quickly one of my favorite hip-hop producers, just because of his amazing textures and his amazing sampling, and he continues to put together some crazy instrumentals on this thing, though it's way more piano backed on this one, but it's gorgeous. There's some gorgeous moments on that record, and also just the subject matter. There's some catchy stuff on here. There's some food for thought stuff on here. Great record. Don't have really anything bad to say about it. Super fantastic. Loving everything about it, basically. But there were 2 records that I thought were better. And number 2, I guess this is technically kind of my rock. I guess this would be my rock album of the year. Though it's not really a rock album. It has rock moments on it, definitely, but it's kind of a smorgasbord of different musical styles. But it lands on number 2 because it's fantastic, and it's definitely one of the most unique listens I've had all year. And that has to be Brittany Howard with Jamie. She knocked it out of the park on her first big solo record. I think that there's one song that I don't like, but the other 10 I could listen to over and over and over again. Like, it's I love how unique and how weird the production is on this thing. It's so compressed. It's so it's so loud at points, but it's still just some of the craziest moments of the year happen on this record. Some of the most creative moments of the year happen on this record, and some of my favorite music of the year happens on this record. Um, Brittany Howard as a front woman, as a singer, as a songwriter. I mean, she has so much talent, and she's just bleeding it. She's just oozing talent on this thing. Like it's just coming out all over the place. And like literally, I just kept coming back to it. I thought it was fantastic, and I can't wait to hear more solo records or whatever project she has coming out next because this was great. But there was another album that I thought was better, and it has to be these guys because these guys they just have a kind of a special place in my heart, and they put out a fantastic album this year, and it is more than deserving for me of the number one spot, and it has to go to Injury Reserve with their self-titled record. I kept listening to it. It never went out of my rotation. I never got sick of it. Some of the most creative music I heard all year came out on this record, and it just like this is a record like a lot of the records in the top 10, especially, but especially the top 5. I always love records that they just run the emotional gamut, you know, like they just like ravish you. Like this record's gonna make you laugh, it's gonna make you cry, it's gonna make you just think like, holy wow, I've never thought of that before. And this record is just one of those records that just challenges me on a lot of different fronts. I mean, like Richie with a T and Stubby J Groggs, they're on their best, they're on their best behavior lyrically. Not even just their best behavior. They're knocking it out of the park a lot, pretty much every track, lyrically. Hooks are great on this thing. Really, a lot of the hooks are catchy, though not every track has hooks on it. There are some really interestingly structured tracks. There are some really emotional numbers on this thing. And it has, I think, the most beautiful rap song of the entire year on it with the song New Hawaii. Um, I'm loving, like, literally every single thing about this. It is modern, it is forward thinking, it is abrasive at points, but not necessarily just so forward thinking and so trying to be ahead of the curve that it doesn't remember the past because it feels like it's rooted in a lot of things that we love about hip hop. We love storytelling. We love we love great flows and great bars and great rhyming. Also, great features all over this thing. A lot of the features are fantastic. The Cakes to Killa, JPEG Mafia. Rico Nasty is on here. Dram is on this thing. Amine kills it on the track Jailbreak the Tesla, which is one of the best tracks of the year. Don't at me. There's probably a couple other features that I'm missing off the top of my head, but some great collaborations on here. The production from Parker Corey, again, fantastic. He just does such a great job of just coming up with new sounds on nearly every new Injury Reserve project. He seems like he's just constantly moving forward with his production, and I think he continues to do that on here. And also, this album has the song rap song tutorial, and just the fact that it has that on it, I think the fact that nobody's thought of that and made a track like that before, I feel like that alone would make it very high on my list. But the fact that it runs the emotional gamut, it's amazing from front to back, and it somehow packs so many punches and so much great stuff into 38 minutes. Like it's so replayable. I just keep playing it over and over and over and over again. Like it's so fantastic, and I just don't have anything bad to say about it. So good. Album of the year. Loving it. Loved it. Will continue to love it. And yeah, I guess that's it. I mean, this video is 15 minutes long, but quickly before I go, I'm going to tell you guys a couple things. One, I'm going to try to do a review of the new We Are the City record. It is coming out this Friday, I believe, the January the 24th. Going to give that a review. Also, probably will give my thoughts on Mac Miller's new record. I already kind of gave my thoughts on social media, on my Instagram last week. Well, not last week. Well, on the day it came out, because I had already listened to it a few times, and I've listened to it even more since then, but I will give more formal thoughts, probably not a crazy long video like this one, but probably in some form or fashion. Also, I'm going to be linking a Kickstarter down below. Me and my friend Nate Jacobucci, we put out a record last year called Butterfist Funhouse. We are very proud of it, and we want to put it on CD. And we started a Kickstarter to fund it. We are currently at $176. We need to get to $380. And if you give $10 or more to the Kickstarter, we will send you a CD. Of course, this only applies to people who live in Canada and the US, as we cannot really afford certain amounts of shipping costs. But if you are willing to support in that way, that would be fantastic. We would be really excited to have this record come out on CD. Obviously, it was started last month. I think it only has a couple weeks to go, unfortunately. But if you guys could get it up to the 380 that we need, that would be amazing. And I just wanted to throw that out there. Hopefully all that will be in the description at some point. I don't know when the description is going to be updated. I'm going to try to update it as soon as possible. But other than that, that's it. I'm going to try to make more reviews this year. Going to try to give more time to the channel. It seems that I got off to a good start every year, and then it kind of tapers off over time. Hopefully, this is the year that I go through strong. I make consistent videos all throughout the year, so that it's not kind of weird where, you know, I review stuff from the first half of the year, and then the second half of the year, it's just all kind of like, oh, and now I like all these other records that you guys don't know about, unless you follow me on Instagram, I guess. So hopefully I'll be more consistent this year. I'm going to try my best to do that. Anyway, I don't have anything else to say. And let's cheers to a new year, 2019. Great year for music again. And I'm really excited for this year, especially since we're starting off strong with this new We Are the City record. I'm really excited to hear all of it. I've heard the singles, so yeah. My name is Joe Prue. This is my channel, and I'm out.